Babar Azam, once Pakistan's batting crown jewel, now finds himself under a storm of criticism. A hat trick of heartbreaks. Out for 0, then 1, and now 2. These aren't lottery numbers, they're his last 3 scores. What happened to the man who once carried the hopes of millions with every flick of the wrist and cover drive? Is it just a phase, or something far more worrying? Today we're diving deep into Babar Azam's sudden fall from grace, the reasons, the reactions, and what this means for the future of Pakistan cricket. The numbers don't lie. Let's start with the raw numbers. In his last 3 international outings, Babar Azam has managed just 3 runs. That's an average of 1.0 for a player who has carried Pakistan's batting lineup for years. This stat is beyond shocking. It's historic and not in a good way. His dismissals weren't bizarre either. He wasn't run out in a freak accident or undone by absolute screamers. No, these were routine balls that Babar, in his prime, would have calmly stroked to the boundary. A duck in one game, a single in the next, and a nervy 2 before nicking off. 3 innings that have ignited nationwide panic. Is Babar broken? A king without a crown. Not long ago, Babar Azam was the captain across all 3 formats, the poster boy of modern Pakistani cricket. He was on magazine covers in every Pepsi ad, and hailed as the calm leader who would take the team into a golden era. But things didn't quite pan out. The team's inconsistent performances, World Cup exits, and accusations of favoritism turned the public mood against him. Eventually, Babar stepped down, or was quietly pushed, from the captaincy. Many believe this would be his revival arc. Free from the shackles of leadership, Babar could finally focus on what he does best. But so far, it seems like that crown wasn't just a burden. It may have been the glue holding his confidence together. Technical glitches or mental fatigue. Let's get into the cricketing nitty-gritty. When a batsman of Babar's caliber suddenly collapses, the first thing coaches and analysts look at is technique. In these recent innings, bowlers have targeted him with a tight 4th stump line, just outside off, dragging him into shots he doesn't want to play early in the innings. And surprisingly, he's taking the bait. Normally, Babar is compact and composed, letting balls go, playing late, guiding with soft hands. But now, he's fidgety, poking early, and playing away from his body. His footwork is either stuck or unsure. That's a red flag for any batsman. Is this mechanical? Possibly. But more likely, it's mental. This could be fatigue, physical from non-stop cricket, and emotional from losing leadership, media pressure, and the weight of expectations. Social media turns sour. And then of course there's Twitter, or should we say X. One bad knock and the memes come out. 2 bad knocks? People start tweeting, "He's finished." 3 bad knocks in a row. It's a national emergency. The hashtags are brutal. Let Babar out, overrated king, and worse. It's as if some fans have been waiting for this moment to pounce. And it's not just fans. Some former cricketers have chimed in too, questioning Babar's big match temperament and suggesting it's time for younger blood to take the spotlight. But let's be honest, this is the same guy who has scored 30 international centuries, led the ICC batting rankings, and pulled off wins that looked impossible. Short memories, right? Comparing legends, even the best fall. Here's a truth bomb for the critics. Even the greats have slumps. Virat Kohli went 3 years without an international century, and during that time, he was called every name under the sun. Steven Smith has had horror runs. Joe Root, Kane Williamson, Rohit Sharma, all have tasted lean spells. What separates legends from one-hit wonders isn't how they perform when everything's going well. It's how they respond when the world turns against them. Babar Azam is only 29. He's not a rookie, but he's far from washed. If anything, this is the test that will define him. Can he evolve? The Fab Four debate. Is he still in it? Remember when Babar was dubbed the new member of the Fab Four? Fans and pundits claimed he had the touch of Kohli, the elegance of Williamson, the consistency of Root, and the hunger of Smith. But those comparisons came with a heavy burden. Every poor shot is now dissected under a microscope. Every inning becomes a verdict on whether he deserves to be in that elite group. Right now, those critics are pointing to his 0-1-2 disaster and saying, "See? Told you so." But that's the thing with greatness, it doesn't vanish in a week. A true batter is judged not by 3 innings, but by 3 years, and Babar has plenty more in him. what the experts are saying. Analysts and former players have mixed opinions. Some say his off-stump awareness is off and that he's too eager to drive early. Others believe he's simply going through what every top-order batter faces, a dry spell. Ramiz Raja recently noted that Babar needs to go back to his basics, while others have suggested a brief break from international cricket could help. Mickey Arthur, Babar's former coach, publicly defended him, saying he's too good a player to stay down for long. One big innings, that's all it takes. Maybe that's all Babar needs. A gritty 50 on a tough pitch. One pull shot that smacks the fence. Something to light the fire again. The bigger worry for Pakistan. Babar's dip isn't just about one player, it reflects a bigger concern: Pakistan's over-reliance on him. For years, he was the only dependable anchor in a volatile batting lineup. The entire team's strategy often hinged on Babar stays in, we win. Now that he's faltering, the cracks are showing. Who steps up? Rizwan has been inconsistent. Shaheen's brilliance is with the ball, not the bat. Youngsters like Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq are still finding their feet. If Pakistan can't win without Babar firing, that's not just his failure. That's a structural problem. The redemption arc. What if this is the start of Babar's redemption arc? Picture this: the criticism is at its peak, his place is questioned, the media is tearing him apart, and then he walks out next match, the crowd silent, pressure choking the air, and plays a classic Babar innings. Crisp drives, soft hands, a captain's knock without the armband. One inning is all it takes to shut down the noise. We've seen it before, from Sachin to Virat, from Inzamam to Younis. Redemption loves drama, and this is setting the perfect stage. So here's the big question: is this the fall of Babar Azam, or just the fire he needed to rise again? 3 bad scores don't erase a decade of dominance, but they do raise questions about his form, his mindset, and his future role in a team that desperately needs leadership even without the title. Babar's bat has spoken volumes in the past. Now, in silence, the world is listening more closely than ever, and maybe that's a good thing, because true greatness isn't built on cover drives, it's built on comebacks. What do you think? Is Babar Azam just going through a temporary slump, or is this a sign of deeper issues? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you believe in redemption arcs, cricket drama, and deep match analysis, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, because this story, it's far from over.